You almost want to be able to see through the fondant to the blue mat, that you know you got it thin enough. And remember, I flipped this over. Okay, you can see where it's ruffled, where I ball tooled it right here, and where I didn't right there. There's no exact science to it, just do it to where you want to make it fluffy. I can go sideways and ruffle it, or I can do it this way. I'm kind of circling around just to get that edge flattened out. Half on the pad, half off once I get to that lip, because then the more it's going to show. And the nice thing is, you are your worst critic. Your client's not going to care. They're just going to look at it and go, oh my gosh, look at this gorgeous cake she made for me. Okay, where's my edge? Right there. Okay, I flap that over and let it touch the buttercream. Because I want to use my thumb to push it on there. See how just a little bit of that one's peeking out underneath it? Then you take and lift it once you get it on. Palette knives, little palette knives and scissors become your constant tool when you're doing this. The more you can push it over against itself on the buttercream, the more it will ruffle. And it's just grabbing my buttercream today and not letting it ruffle. When I can use my thumb, I was pushing it like this as I was laying it on. And it just depends on you how many layers of ruffles you want. The frillier it looks, because that's what you're after, is that frilly look. I'm lifting it out. See, I'm lifting it out now since I'm back to my right hand. Lifting it out so that it will lift up as I place it on here.
Okay, we've got a tip from Candace. I want to hear what you think about this, Shelly. She used raw spaghetti noodles to prop up her ruffles while they were drying.
Yes.
Awesome.
Uncooked spaghetti, yes.
Yeah.
Pasta.
Very cool.
Yes.
Question, can you add cocoa powder to the recipe to make chocolate buttercream?
Yes, you can. Reduce the measurement of the cocoa powder to the powdered sugar. Reduce the powdered sugar for how much cocoa powder you want in it and add it to it, because then it makes it too dry. Okay, so if you add a cup of cocoa powder, take out a cup of the powdered sugar, and then it'll work. Okay. And then you can switch to the regular vanilla instead of the clear vanilla.
What's the spacing between the ruffles?
Looks like about a ½ inch, because this is like an inch and a quarter ruffle. If it wants to stick, flip it over, because your top is crusted a little bit, and then it will roll.
And if you wanted more color on these ruffles, what would you do?
Oh, good question. Have a separate area. Oh, I want to show you something really fast. Have a separate area where you can dust, and dust backwards onto the tip of the ruffle with the petal dust or powdered food coloring. Okay? Do it onto it and then put it on. But you might want to wear gloves because it's going to get all over the place. So wear gloves for dusting. Play with it. Model the fondant. You know, knead some in without getting it all and just let it work through. All right, there was something that I came up with this past, I had a wedding cake not too long ago. And the colors were red, black, and white. And this is wire from just our local Michael's craft store. And you know how people take wires and they put the gum paste little characters on the top of it? Well, I wanted black ones. Well, I thought for this one I want red ones because it's white and I'm going to put red on it, but maybe I want some white hearts on for little accents coming out of the flowers. Okay? So you take and put them in here. And this is airbrush color. Copy cake or Americolor, any airbrush color. And I just put a puddle of it in here. Put my gloves on. Extra piece of foam core. And then you just roll it in it. And it's got cloth thread or something on the wires. Okay? Dunked them. Turned them red. tapped it down, and I pushed it into the foam core. And it's going to sit and puddle, but that's okay. The foam core is going to absorb it. Okay, like that, and let them stand up for overnight until they dried.
Cool.
And then you've got colored wire to matches your cake instead of just straight wire or silver.
Nice.